Hi my angels, welcome back to my channel Dr. Girl, and today we are continuing our FMGE series, and today's topic is the resources I used for preclinical subjects like anatomy, biochemistry, physiology, pathology, microbiology and pharmacology, all these 6 preclinical subjects for my preparation of FMG. So without further ado, let's get started with our video. All these subjects are preclinical subjects, but they have a good amount of weightage in your paper. So suppose if I talk about anatomy, 17 marks are dedicated for anatomy. If I talk about patho, 15 marks are dedicated for patho. If I talk about micro, there was 1 year in FMG where the micro subject was more priority than surgery and obs-gynae. So you cannot predict the weightage of the subjects, but these preclinical subjects have a good amount of weightage in your preparation. So these are not those 5-mark subjects which you can leave and go. So these are a medium weightage subjects which you have to study for your FMG exams. So coming on to the resources I used for these subjects. So let us start with anatomy. So I prepared my anatomy using Azam sir's videos and using the lectures which are available on YouTube for anatomy. And for the standard textbooks, I didn't use it, but I would recommend you using BD Chaurasya, which is a very good standard textbook, and you get all the information that you will require, and the questions are relatively asked from those books itself. Coming on to biochemistry. Now biochemistry is little bit confusing, like according to me, because I didn't have a lot of interest in biochemistry. So I for biochemistry also I referred to Azam sir's videos, and there are multiple videos available on YouTube which give you good mnemonics to remember those cycles. But also there is one faculty, Dr. C. Shanmuga Priya in Praplada. She also teaches very good biochemistry, and there are multiple teachers. We also have Dr. Smiley for biochemistry, but I just like Azam sir's way of teaching, so I did anatomy and biochemistry both from him. And also I was a student of MIST, so I had the pleasure to go and see their lectures live, and I could I was in that offline wala batch, so I could go and ask my doubt. तो ऑफलाइन कोचिंग अगर लगाते हैं तो उसके अपने बेनिफिट्स और प्लेजर्स होते हैं, क्योंकि ऑफलाइन में कैसे कुछ आपको अगर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो आप जाके पूछ सकते हो. बट ऑनलाइन इज ऑल्सो गुड ऑप्शन इफ यू आर स्टार्टेड स्टडिंग फ्रॉम थर्ड ईयर ऑफ योर MBBS, एंड वहाँ से आप आ नहीं सकते. सो यू हैव स्टूडेंट सपोर्ट एंड कस्टमर केयर जो आपके डाउट्स क्लियर करते हैं ऑफलाइन एंड ऑनलाइन बोथ. सो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि आपने ऑफलाइन ही लगाना है या ऑनलाइन ही लगाना है. इट्स ऑल अप टू यू. एट लास्ट आपको पढ़ाई करनी है, सो यू हैव टू डिसाइड ऑल दिस थिंग्स. Now coming on to microbiology. Now microbiology was one of my favorite subjects, तो मुझे उसको याद रखने में दिक्कत नहीं आती थी. I was very happy in remembering all those motility and stains and everything of that sort. So I studied microbiology from Dr. Sonu Panwar, and he used to give the best mnemonics available out there, and I was very happy and so pleased, and I'm so thankful that I studied from him. And he was the best teacher for microbiology at my time of era. But now we have Dr. Preeti also, which is a very good pathology and microbiology teacher. She is very good. I love her pathology lectures. I've been now seeing them for my NEET PG preparation also, so I know that she is the best out there. If you don't have access to Dr. Sonu Panwar, Dr. Preeti is the best faculty for both patho and micro. So for microbiology you can refer to standard textbooks, but I didn't do that because I didn't have time. But if you are a student who is studying very long ago for this FMG exam, you can obviously refer to standard textbooks. You can use Anant Narayana for microbiology. It is very good book, but it is a wholesome book, so you need time to study that. Now coming on to pathology. So I told you that pathology is very good subject, and I used Dr. Sparsh Gupta's note for studying pathology, and he is the best out there because he gives you all the questions and important topics that are going to be asked in exam, and I swear the replica is being asked in the exam. So I studied from him, and he is the best teacher out there for pathology. But okay, you can use Robbins also for pathology. If you want any standard textbook for your reference and your doubts are not cleared, you can obviously refer to Robbins. It is the very good book for pathology. But Dr. Preeti is also the very best teacher for pathology. So if you have joined an online platform like PrepLadder, so we have Dr. Preeti for micro and patho, so there is no issues as such that she's not teaching good या स्पर्श सर के ही नोट से एग्जाम में आएगा. No, everyone is giving you ample amount of information which you can study and apply for your exams, right? So both the teachers are good, and for standard test books you can use this thing, Robbins. And I want to add a tip here. Whatever preparation you are doing for FMG, you have to keep in mind, you never forget to solve the grand test, you never forget your revisions, and you never forget to solve previous year questions. Now this is very very important, and most of you don't solve previous year questions, but if you keep a track, like I work in this type of corporate world and I know this, that previous year questions are very very important, because many a times we have seen there are direct repeats from previous year questions, even if the question is not similarly repeated but the topic is. Suppose अगर वैक्यूटेनर पे क्वेश्चन आया है तो हर साल वैक्यूटेनर्स पे क्वेश्चन आता है, बट दे ऑलवेज ट्विस्ट. कभी कलर कोडिंग पे पूछ लेंगे, कभी ये पूछ लेंगे कौन सा कलर कौन से ब्लड मतलब इसके लिए है, उसमें कौन सा मिक्सचर डाला है. सो इट इज लाइक वैक्यूटेनर्स इज द टॉपिक विच इज ऑलवेज आस्क्ड. सिमिलरली इन एनेस्थेसिया दैट IV वाला थिंग इज ऑलवेज आस्क्ड. सो दीज आर द टॉपिक्स विच आर लाइक यू कैन नेवर मिस. सो प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने से क्या होगा, it will be very beneficial for you to know all the previously asked topics and all the previously asked questions and type of questions, how they twist and turn, what is the mindset of the examiner. This all will help up in acing the exam at last. Okay, so previous year question is very very important to be solved. Coming on to physiology. Now physiology is also another subject which I didn't like, and I didn't like to study that also. मुझे नहीं पसंद आता था because it is little bit of boring and I don't know, I don't have interest in that. So maybe you have. So physiology I studied from MIST only. We had Ashish sir. He was a very good teacher and he used to give us like good mnemonics and he used to make us understand various things, because students tend to like don't like physiology as much as like I know. Many of my बैचमेट्स डिडंट लाइक दिस सब्जेक्ट फिजियोलॉजी एंड बायोकेमिस्ट्री. जब भी उसका लेक्चर होता था मैं इतनी बोर होती थी. आई स्वेयर आई वाज लाइक कैसे पढ़ाई करूंगी मैं इसके लिए. बट लाइक यू हैव टू टेक हेल्प एंड यू हैव टू लाइक बी अ लिटिल पेशेंट टू लाइक गेट दीज सब्जेक्ट्स इनटू योर ब्रेन एंड यू हैव टू रिवाइज इट मल्टीपल टाइम्स. दैट इज द की टू एस एनी सब्जेक्ट. बट हाँ ठीक है, एवरी सेट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स विल हैव some subjects they like and will have some subjects they don't like, so it's okay. So physiology was one of my subject which I didn't like at all, so but I studied it from Dr. Ashish and it was very good. So I like revised multiple times and I don't know कौन सा question physiology से आया था, but yeah, there are always this nerve endings वाला and this type of question, intracellular fluid, extracellular fluid type of questions coming from physiology. So you can just normally predict कि ये ही question आते हैं, this type of question. So that is why I'm telling you multiple times that you have to emphasize on revision and you have to emphasize yourself on previous year questions. For that physiology एंड बायोकेमिस्ट्री आई यूज टू रेफर मल्टीपल प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन से मुझे पता चल जाए कि ये टॉपिक इंपॉर्टेंट है, वही मैं मल्टीपल टाइम्स रिवाइज करके जाती थी, बिकॉज स्टडिंग द एंटायर थिंग वॉज नॉट माई कप ऑफ टी. सो दैट इज वाई फिजियो एंड बायोकेमिस्ट्री वॉज लाइक लिटिल बिट वीक फ्रॉम माई साइड, बट ठीक है, आई रिवाइज मल्टीपल टाइम्स एंड गॉट द एस ऑफ दैट सब्जेक्ट्स. Coming on to pharma, this subject was my biggest like fear. Whenever I was sitting for studying pharmacology, I was so scared that I am not remembering anything, क्योंकि इतने सारे drugs है और इतनी सारी चीज़ें आपको याद रखने के लिए. So first I was like using my missed notes only to study pharma. There was Dr. Bharat who was teaching us pharma there, but I did not understand anything from him. Like I tried multiple times that, but मुझे लगा अब तो मेरी सप्ली मुझे फार्मा में नहीं समझ में आने वाला, पता नहीं मैं एग्जाम में क्या करूँगी. सो फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में ना when I got 147, I just didn't like I overlooked pharma, you can say. I just thought कि जान दे जो आएगा वो मार्क कर दूंगी, but that was my mistake. So the second time I corrected my mistake, I joined Dr. Govind Rai Garg and he is the king of pharmacology. जब मैं बोल रही हूँ king मतलब he is the king, the ultimate teacher who can like make you learn pharmacology is GRG, and I'm so hands down that I'm just so blessed that I also met him in person. He was the one who took my interview after I got more than 200 plus marks. He's a wonderful person and a wonderful teacher. For anything like like if you don't understand, he's so supportive and he gives you such mnemonics, and ऐसे वो पढ़ाते हैं, उनका पढ़ाने का स्टाइल जो है इट इज़ लाइक वेरी गुड. हिंदी में है, थोड़ा इंग्लिश में है, सो दिस टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स ना मेक यू रिमेंबर द ड्रग्स वेरी इजीली. सो his lessons, his, like, I listened each and every video of him from his app. I took the GRG app and I listened through and through on, and I made notes, and उनके stories से and उनके mnemonics से I aced pharmacology in my exam and I got very good marks in pharma. ऐसा एक भी question नहीं था जो मुझे नहीं आता था. I'm so thankful sir for your efforts that you are putting and letting students study. So if you are weak in pharmacology, कोई standard test books नहीं चाहिए, कुछ नहीं चाहिए, just join GRG sir's video lectures. You will like be so thankful later ke you will still, now I am so happy that now also I remember उनके जो पढ़ाने का वे है, उनके जो स्टोरी टेलिंग का वे है, that is very impactful. ठीक है. सो व्हेन ही मेक्स यू अंडरस्टैंड अ सर्टन टॉपिक यूजिंग सम स्टोरी लाइन और यूजिंग सम mnemonic, that is the thing that you will remember in the exam. So pharma is very hard subject, so for that you always will need a mentor who will guide you properly. So JRG sir is the best. You don't need any standard test book. You can use KD Tripathi if you are like in somewhere outside and want to prepare for university exams also. So you can use KD Tripathi. It is a standard test book for pharmacology. It's a very good book. I have read it myself when I was in Russia, because my education was in Russian language. So मुझे अपना English के लिए I had to refer this Indian textbooks. So KD Tripathi was a very helping hand at that time. But when I came to India and have to give the FMGE exam, I didn't have time to study all this. So I just joined JRG sir, and it was recommended to me by one of my friend who was my colleague in FMGE classes. But because I didn't understand whatever was taught before in my first attempt, so my second attempt I didn't want to repeat this mistake. So I took his classes, and I swear पहले से ही ले लो, he is hand down the king of like this thing. Pharmacology. He'll help you out. He'll solve all your problems in pharma. So pharma subject आपका ऐसा हो जाएगा कि 100% आपको आता है. So please refer to his lectures and refer to his notes. There will be similar questions that he's giving will be in your exam. I guarantee you that, and he's a very good teacher. So I refer to pharma like using his video lectures and notes. So this is all for our first batch subjects. So preclinical subjects are important. Don't leave them and go. You have to study. I would suggest कि ऐसा कोई भी subject मत छोड़ के जाओ. Don't just leave that thinking that यार 200 छोड़ दो, मैं 170 में खुश हो जाऊंगा, मुझे तो 150 चाहिए, मुझे तो पास ही होना है. Don't think like that. It's never easy. We never know what type of questions come from your favorite subjects also. So it's better to like have more subjects in your brain so that अगर ये नहीं आ रहा है तो ये तो आ रहा है मुझे. ठीक है. So you have to study like that, you have to plan like that. And if you have not watched my video on how to crack and what was my success story for getting 200 and plus marks, you can always have the link in the description box, and also I'll link it somewhere in the I button where you can see that video and get the tips and tricks on how to ace your exam with more than 200 plus marks. So also please comment down in the comment section if you have any queries and any doubts regarding this. Also let me know what you want to see next on my channel, because your recommendations are very very important for me. That will help me make more videos and help me understand that what my audience wants to see and loves. So thank you so much for watching this entire thing, and I'll also be bringing on more episodes in this series. So stay tuned, subscribe the channel, and if you are new here, please join the family. Let's grow together, and thank you so much, and bye bye.